Hello, Shoswick Elementary. This is my son Micah, and we're here to talk to you a little bit about the cyberbullying hotline, which is being debuted this week. This is Micah. Many of you have asked about him, so I wanted to bring him onto the show here. Micah is between 10 and 11 months old, and he's, as you can see, pretty happy with bedtime about an hour away here. He's got his auntie shirt on, because he just saw his Aunt Amy today. So we'll give Micah a ball here, and we'll talk a little bit about the cyberbullying hotline. What is it? What is the cyberbullying hotline? The cyberbullying hotline is a way for you to report things that you're concerned about. Of course, we're glad and happy to help you here, and we want to do that. So if you keep talking to us in class, during lunch, at recess, we're more than happy to help you. The cyberbullying hotline is for those concerns that you would rather deliver anonymously. Micah wants to know what anonymously means. Well, anonymously means that we won't know who is making the report. So, for example, if there's something that you're concerned about, but you don't want to bring to attention here at school, there's not a good time for you to do that, either in the class, at lunch, or at recess, then you can call the cyberbullying hotline and report the concern that way. Micah wants to know, cyberbully hotline, what's bullying and what isn't? So perhaps an example of not something that isn't bullying would be if you normally play with 2 or 3 people on the playground and one day they decide not to play with you. Maybe you normally play on monkey bars or whatever and they decide to play basketball one day. That's not an example of bullying, that's just an example of a couple of people deciding to do something new. An example of bullying would be that same situation, but those 2 or 3 people then not letting anyone play with you, by calling you names, by telling people to stay away from you. So if 2 or 3 of your friends decide to do something new, that isn't an example of bullying. What would be is if they try to make your friend decisions for you, and if it happens on a repeated basis as well. Micah wants to know what information should be reported. The more the better. If you even want to feel comfortable giving your name, that helps. So we need details, locations, any information that you provide is helpful in helping you deal with the situation that you report. Micah wants to know who gets the reports. I get the reports, and so does Mr. Connor, the superintendent of schools. Micah wants to know if advice can come back to you. The answer is yes. As long as you use a cell phone, the information and suggestions can come back from me or from Mr. Connor to you about how to go through the situation that you reported. Oh, Micah says this is his last question because he's getting tired. He wants to know, what is the number of the cyberbully hotline? Well, Shoswick Elementary has its own number. Here it is. It's 1-812-329-5121. 1-812-329-5121. Information is going home to your parents with the September newsletter. Please make sure you get that home, and please feel free to use the cyberbully hotline as needed. Thank you, and thanks for asking about Micah.